Back at the O2, main event, didn't go your way first time round. You more than made up for it this time. How sweet was that? First round, clean knockout. Even you looked like you sort of pulled a face as you walked away, so to say, that was a good one.
Yeah, no, it was great to deliver a devastating KO in front of my hometown crowd in London, and very satisfying.
Talk to us about the call out of, first of all, of the world title and also of David Haye, because that's going to get you a lot of headlines in the next few days, I'm sure. Where is your mind at right now? If you were offered both those fights on a plate right now, which one are you taking?
I'll probably go for the UFC title fight, the winner out of DC and Rumble, but at the same time, why not have a fight with David Haye? Two of the hardest hitters in London and everything, and I think that fight makes sense.
Is that something that you discussed with your training partner, Dillian White?
Nah. I didn't discuss that with him. But you know, Conor wants to fight Mayweather. Why not have me and David Haye on the same card?
How satisfying is it to know that you've now pretty much bridged the gap from the pack to the contenders now? You're in that elite group at the very top of that light heavyweight division.
Listen, I've always thought I was in the elite group, but it was just a matter of getting the great performances put together, and I've done that twice in a row now. So, you know, it's time now. It's time now. I believe my next fight will be for the title, and you know, I can't wait. I've trained so hard over the years, and especially after my last fight, I went straight back into training camp, and you know, I haven't really had any rest since my last fight. So, you know, it was great to finally get a clean knockout.
Jimmy, do you believe that you can be the next British champion?
100%. Like I said, one shot, one kill and everything. Me and Rumble Johnson are two of the hardest hitters in the division. If he comes through DC, then that'll make for a spectacular fight.
And obviously, if DC retains the title, how do you see?
Then I see me and DC having a spectacular fight as well. He's a great champion, and like, you know, I don't know. Let's see what happens with them two, and then we'll see where we go from there.
And Michael Bisping obviously is our first UK champion. Do you take any inspiration from that at all?
Yeah, of course. He shows that it can be done by the British, you know, and he's done well in his career. He's had a long UFC career as well. It's good to see him finally get the title and everything, and he's a great middleweight champion. But you know, I've had a different path from him. I'm a knockout artist and everything, so you know, I'm a more spectacular fighter than him. So you know, I hope I get my title shot, and you will see me get the belt.
And there was a lot of respect between you and Corey after the fight. What was said between you?
Corey's a great guy, man. He took defeat with he took defeat well, and you know, I respect that a lot. I respect him coming all the way from the US to London into the Lions Den to face me, and you know, I've got great respect for him. He took the fight. A lot of fighters turned me down. Glover Teixeira turned me down. Ryan Bader turned me down. Shogun turned me down. And everything, and he was man enough to step up and take the fight. So I've got great respect for him.
Simon kind of touched on the fact that you took a big step up tonight, man. I think really people really probably give you the respect now that maybe you felt you deserved. I just want to ask you how you felt tonight, the whole experience, because it seemed like from the moment you kind of were walking in, you were extremely comfortable, you know, soaking it all in, taking a little extra moment. How did this whole experience feel, and did it feel different than the last time you were in this headlining slot?
It didn't really feel that much different, but being in front of my home crowd, I knew I had to soak it in and use the crowd as energy as well. And you know, I'm not gonna, like I said back before, I'm not gonna feel that too many times in my career, fighting in front of my home crowd and getting a knockout as well. So I soaked it all in and everything. But at the same time, I knew that I was the better elite fighter than him tonight. And you know, I knew I just had to take my time, and he would make the mistake, and I made him pay for it.
And Corey admitted that your takedown defense was better than he thought it was. I mean, you said yourself you're a knockout artist, but do you feel like maybe you answer some questions, or maybe people just don't give you the respect that you deserve for the other aspects of your game?
Listen, people can say what they want. At the end of the day, when we get in there, it's a fight. That's what I say to everyone. It's a fight when we get in there. It's not technical. It's not wrestling. It's not boxing. It's a mixed martial arts fight. So we knew what he was coming with. We knew he'd try and mix up striking with takedowns, and we worked tirelessly on takedown defense for this fight. But we do that anyways. You know, and I work with the best team in the world, all stars, Nova Fulsa, Kettle's Gym. I've got the best trainer, the best training camp and everything, and you know, everything came together.
You talk about these big name fighters that turn you down. I mean, this is supposed to be the place where the best fight the best. So when you hear that people are turning your name down, I mean, what does that make you think about these guys?
Mate, it makes me think twice that everyone's not like me. Everyone wants to, you know, dodge people and hold on to their spot. I'm not bothered about where I'm ranked in the world and everything, and I'm just worried about fighting the best people in the world and being a natural, original champion. You know, and that's what I'm working towards.
Jimmy, yesterday at the fighter Q&A, Dan Hardy mentioned that if you won tonight, you should call out Jon Jones. Jon Jones obviously going to be returning for him from his suspension. There hasn't seemed to have been an answer on how to beat Jon Jones clinically inside the octagon. Do you think you possess that answer?
I'm not interested in Jon Jones. Jon Jones takes steroids and that. He's been banned for steroids and that. He's the great. Before I was a big fan of Jon Jones, the things he's done in the octagon and everything, but he's been suspended for a year or something, and he's had issues before. He's a great fighter. I greatly respect him, but he's been done for steroids, and that taints everything that he's done. So, you know, I'm not really interested. When he comes back, I'll fight him, no problem. You know, but I'm focused on the belt right now, and that's going to be the winner out of DC and Rumble Johnson.
And for you, after the last loss, it seems like there's been a real fire underneath you to go out there and prove it. And you've got two amazing finishes. What's the difference now? Why is it now that we're seeing a better Jimi Manuwa than ever before?
Because I learned from my losses. I learned from my loss to Gustafsson. I learned from my loss to Rumble Johnson. And I've made those things correct now and everything. And now I'm fighting the best in the world.
Hi, Jimmy. You made it known that you want the winner of DC and Rumble next, but with Jon Jones' cloud looming over the division, are you worried that he's going to overlook you? Are you going to get overlooked, sorry?
Possibly, but to me, whatever happens, happens. I will be fighting the elite fighters in the world, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. He's back in July or something, so they're fighting next month, so the fight could be made before he comes back anyway, so you know, we'll see what happens. I'm going to fly to Vegas to meet with Dana after this, and we'll see what happens.
And if they offer you Jones, is that a fight that you'd be willing to take?
No problem, no problem. Listen, I don't turn down anybody. I'm not scared of anybody. Everyone bleeds, everyone feels pain and everything, and I've proved that during my career that I'm not scared to fight anybody because it's mixed martial arts. You know, everyone feels pain, everyone bleeds the same, and that's except if you're not taking steroids. That's what I've got a problem with, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. I'll fight Jon Jones, no problem.
And you jumped right back into training camp pretty quickly after the win over OSP, and obviously you just fought tonight. When would you ideally like to return?
I don't know. I'd like a short break, just to get away from training and go on holiday with my family and stuff, and enjoy life a little bit not for too long. And everything. I know there's big fights coming up now, so you know, I'll be back in camp soon.
Right, thanks very much.
So Jimmy, you were talking about, or you're calling out the winner of DC versus Johnson. So who of those two do you think matches up better for you?
I don't know. Me and Rumble Johnson are two of the hardest hitters, or the most exciting fighters in the light heavyweight division. And I'd love to get a rematch with him and that to avenge my loss, because I made some silly mistakes with my weight and my striking as well. So I'd like to avenge that loss against the most feared man probably in the UFC roster, and that in Rumble Johnson. And but then again, DC's a great champion. He's feared and everything. He's beat the guy I'm talking about. He's beat Alex. He's beat a lot of the guys in the division. So I'd like to fight him as well. You know, and you know, I don't. To me, I don't care. I don't care who it is because DC's more wrestling based, and that Rumble's more striking based and everything. So to me, I don't care. It's mixed martial arts, you know.
Okay, so you just told us that you learned from your losses. So what would you do differently if you're fighting Anthony Johnson the next time?
It's a bit of a secret. You know, I know the mistakes I made. My team know the mistakes I made in that fight and everything. My strength and conditioning team know the mistakes I made for that fight. So everything was wrong for that fight, but I still took the fight anyway. I took the fight on like 4.5 weeks notice and everything. So I was training more for cardio than any other technical stuff. I just come off a big operation on my knee and stuff like that, but I took the fight anyways. So you know, I'd like a proper training camp for that, and you know, that's what will happen.